According to a statistic, the average person has between 12,000 and 60,000 thoughts per day. That is an insane amount of thoughts. When I hear that number, it makes me think how our minds are packed with so much information and how that information shapes who we are. Hello, inspiring people. My name is Rochelle. Welcome to part 2 of my 3-part entrepreneurial mindset shift series. Today, we are talking about the habits that shape your mind. In part 1 of this series, I talked about how your mind is a battlefield, and we talked about those self-defeating thoughts. If you missed that video, please take some time to go back and watch it, or you can hit the subscribe button so not only can you watch that video, but you can also be alerted when part 3 of this series comes out as well. I wanted to share a quote with you guys that I feel like is so fitting for today's topic. The quote says that your thoughts shape your focus drive your actions, and your actions form your habits. This quote helps us understand that your behavior is a direct reflection of what you think about. The best entrepreneurs achieve success because they have intentional habits. Whether you know it or not, you are always training your mind. And your habits are more than just your behavior. They really are proof of what you believe in your mind. So we're going to talk about the 3 habits of successful entrepreneurs. The first habit successful entrepreneurs have is a morning routine. Personally, I think everyone should have some sort of morning routine because your morning literally sets the tone for your day. I like to read the Bible, pray, listen to worship music as I'm taking my child to school because there's a scripture that talks about being transformed by the renewing of our minds. So I have to daily transform my mind as a Christian to mentally focus on God. And I think that same principle of just mental transformation can also apply to your business because you need to really figure out, how do I need to think about my business? And so every day you can put into practice simple habits such as challenging yourself to learn something new every day. There are so many resources out there to learn a new skill. I don't care how many degrees you have or how much knowledge you have, you should never stop learning. I personally am always learning something new, either from podcasts, YouTube, researching. There's a wealth of information out there, and sometimes we really don't take advantage of it. Journaling is also really helpful for writing down your ideas and your thoughts about your business. And I also think calendaring is so essential because you can plan out things for your business 60 days out, and this is going to help you stay on track as an entrepreneur. Another good intentional habit entrepreneurs have is that they've mastered how they talk to themselves. They speak well of themselves. In part 1 of the series, I go more into detail on self-defeating versus self-affirming talk. But one of the things I have recently started practicing for myself is telling myself that I am proud of me. I literally have to affirm myself because it is very hard as an entrepreneur. Sometimes no one sees the late nights you're putting in on your business, the sacrifice that you're making, the dedication that goes into the work that you do. So you have to encourage yourself. You literally have to be your biggest supporter. To really go far in your business, you have to constantly motivate yourself because there are going to be times when you feel like quitting. There are going to be times when you feel like giving up, but you cannot do it. You have to keep pushing. You have to keep moving forward. And why? Because God gave you that vision. So you need to affirm yourself because the small seeds that you're planting today are going to water and they are going to grow in its proper time in your business. Finally, a great habit entrepreneurs have is that they know how to pivot and adjust. Like it or not, your business will have stressful moments. If your business is losing money or you're not generating income, that can be a very stressful time for most people. And it's in these moments you are either going to grow or you're going to fold. A personal example is one of the businesses that I have is a real estate brokerage. And when the market was slow and inventory was low, I had to decide to pivot. I had to decide to use my skills as a real estate broker and pivot now into property management. So I had to really learn how to adapt quickly to the market changes. And so I acquired several units to manage, and that helped me bring in additional income. If you want to survive in your business, you have to navigate and come up with new ideas to survive tough seasons or you will not make it. So a practical example is, let's say you have a home food business and you typically sell meals directly to customers, but your customer base is now starting to pull back on ordering. So you might want to consider something like catering or doing meals for businesses or events. That simple shift can potentially bring revenue into your business. So even though you're no longer selling directly to your customer, you can have a broader base of clients now from pivoting to business clients and corporate clients. So the key thing to remember about your habits is that they come from your thoughts. It's hard to have good habits if you don't evaluate where your thoughts are coming from. So you have to ask yourself, what is the main source of my thoughts? For a lot of people, their thoughts are being shaped by society, whether it's TV, internet, social media. If you're someone who spends a lot of time on these things, you need to ask yourself, what do I consume the most on these platforms? Is it political news? Is it gossip blogs? Is it comparison reviews? To be an entrepreneur, you have to consume more empowering content and content that's going to help you grow in your personal life and your business. The habit of pouring healthy things into your mind will inspire you to develop the habit of being a successful entrepreneur. There's a scripture in the Bible in Philippians that talks about thinking about whatever is true, honorable, just, pure, lovely, commendable, and excellent. And of course, this applies to spiritual things, but this can also apply practically to your business. It basically supports the idea that whatever a person thinks about will have an impact on their life and their character. So I want to give you a few practical habits that you can start implementing today. We kind of touched on this one earlier, but the first one is if you don't have a morning routine, you need to start one now. You can start by reading scripture, praying, you can practice affirmations in the mirror, or simply just practice the act of having gratitude. Just say what you're thankful for. If you start your day with a healthy mind and a grateful heart, it's going to make a huge difference in your outlook as an entrepreneur. The second thing that you want to do is to protect your mental inputs. So what I mean by that is protecting what you allow into your mind. Whether it's social media, music, or people, you may need to unfollow some people online or block certain pages that are triggering you, or you might need to hide somebody from your feed. When it comes to people, you may need to just remove certain people from your life because they're not helpful in where you need to be and helping you grow. So this is really important, and it's really good for your growth, not just individually, but also as an entrepreneur. Another good habit you can practice is tracking your wins. Every win does not have to be major. If you made your first sale, track it. If you grew your audience somehow, celebrate that. And wins don't always have to be tangible. You may have just learned a new skill that's going to save you some time. So be happy about that. Overall, you want to just make sure that you're marking your progress. This is going to help you in your confidence as you grow as an entrepreneur. Finally, you need to align your habits with the identity of who you are becoming as an entrepreneur. If you want to become a successful entrepreneur, you need to start acting like a successful entrepreneur. Ask yourself, what do successful entrepreneurs do daily? Maybe you need to start showing up at networking events. Or you might need to talk to some other entrepreneurs in your field and get advice from them. Maybe you need to do more research, or maybe you need to immerse yourself in the industry. You have to position yourself as if you're already there, as if you're already successful. Simply start showing up consistently and add value, and your clients will see that and they will want to work with you. Listen, your thought process is huge in your success as an entrepreneur. So to help you guys out, I'm going to link a free worksheet in the description below to help you evaluate your habits. If you found value in this video, I want you to hit the subscribe button so you can be alerted when part 3 of the series becomes available. As always, find someone you can inspire today, and I will see you in the next video.